Hi everyone! You are watching Drama Duo. If you haven't done it yet, please like and subscribe to our channel.
In this video, we will be discussing about The King, Eternal Monarch, episode 3 and 4.
First off, we're going to recap on episode 3. And if you guys remember, in episode 2, Lee Gon wanted Taeul to be his queen. In episode 3, it opens up with Taeul rejecting Lee Gon. And later in the episode, Taeul's car dies in the middle of the road and she calls home, and guess who answers the phone? Lee Gon.
Yes.
And she's like, what the frick are you doing in my house?
What a stalker.
Yeah, like she's like, this is getting really weird. Then Lee Gon goes to Taeul to help her with her car and finds out that time has stopped while he was talking to her.
We also see in this episode that Lee Lim is back in the Sea World, and he is building a army, or is building some followers for him. So it looks like he is getting ready to take over Sea World or something. And at the end of this episode, Lee Gon goes back to Sea World, so he leaves K World and Taeul. In this episode, we also learn more information about SeaWorld and get a little bit more background on how SeaWorld function. Busan is where the cultural capital is, so that's where his palace is, of course. So Seoul is where central government is, and it is considered the political capital. Pyongyang is actually the capital of North Korea, so I guess in Sea World, there's no two separate countries. It is one whole country, and they're just northern and southern regions. In Sea World, Korea is in constant war with Japan. If there was any attack, the palace and him as the king, they would be fighting in the front line or something like that. It sounds kind of weird because most of the time the king's not in the front line, but I guess it makes their kingdom look more brave and heroic. Yeah, I guess because they're in the front line. Moving forward, another thing I wanted to discuss about is actually a flashback of Lee Gon. So he has a flashback of when he was questioning the autopsy of Lee Lim, and he's explaining the body has the same DNA and has the same blood type or blood whatever as Lee Lim, but then he had doubts and had the theory that that body they found is actually not Lee Lim. Why didn't they show any of that doubt? I feel throughout the beginning, it didn't have any of that. It didn't show any of that until this scene. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, if it was me and all that hard evidence was showing to me, I'm okay, that body is him. And it's not like he even saw the body of his uncle when they found it. So he wouldn't have even known that can't be him. I think if there was a scene in there where he went to see the dead body and he okay, that doesn't look like his uncle, even though they have the same face and everything's matching up, that doesn't look like him. They should put more in, and this is kind of a flaw in the editing, I would say, in the storyline, the plot line. That's a plot hole for me. I think that they just showed his character so bad because he's supposed to be a math whiz and whatever, science, whatever, but I feel they didn't show it right. I feel they should have, if they start off with his character that he's obsessed with conspiracy theories and science theories and stuff like that, then it wouldn't make sense, but then no, they start off with him being super hot, rich, he's athletic, going on boat rowing contests and shit like that, and then suddenly he goes into the K world and he's oh my god, this all makes sense, this is all what I thought it would be, and like that, and I'm just okay. And then he just says oh yeah, these theories, these science whatever theories, whatever, I feel they're not showing it. They should have showed it more, and it's just not very, his character's not very convincing to me, let me just say that. So back to the autopsy, Prince Boo-young was the one who did the autopsy and filled out the paperwork and stuff like that. So they're kind of hinting, does he have any alternative motive to lie on that paper or whatever? So I think they're trying to like squeeze that angle in.
There's a scene I have a question about, and it's when there's a little boy, he's playing with a yo-yo, and he's like outside and like, and there's like a bookstore or something, and there's a lady that's approaching the boy, and then she goes into the bookstore, and that woman is Sunjae's mom. So then one thing I am questioning is like, what's she doing there? Is she in the C world or is she in the K world?
When I saw that scene, I was just confused, like, what is this? What's going on? Like, who are these? Because I think when we see her, I don't think they've introduced that she is Shinjae's mother
they
yet.
didn't introduce, and that's why I'm just wondering, who the fuck is this woman?
Yeah, I know. I was like that too. I was like, at first actually, because I couldn't really recognize the, outside characters or whatever. I thought that she was Lee Gon's mother, but then after rewatching it, we're like, oh, that's Shinjae's mother.
Yeah.
Well, why is she at the bookstore? And then we also, like, later on, we find out that Lee Lim, he would go to the bookstore in the Sea World to to go talk to his like followers or get messages from his followers from the books.
Yeah. So then, like, is that connection, like, does she work for him or something?
What I think is that this scene is actually in the Sea World, and the Shinjae's mother in the Sea World has connection or whatever, has something with Lee Lim. But in the K World, like, I don't think she's met Lee Lim yet.
No, because in the K world, she has like a gambling addiction.
If this scene is taking place in the Sea World, then what does it say about Shinjae's character in the Sea World?
Yeah. They haven't talked about him, and maybe is he like a secret weapon that he's using?
Yeah, like, oh my god, I'm like really excited because like they haven't introduced his character yet, who he is in the Sea World. This scene was like was very puzzling to me, but then like talking about it, we're like, ooh, I feel like something good is cooking up. Like Lee Lim is cooking something good up. That's why they haven't revealed Shinjae's C character yet.
And another thing I question is when they have a scene of Lee Gon like in pain on his shoulder, and you see like these like, it's like kind of like a lightning or whatever, because like burn marks or whatever on his shoulder, and this, it seems like it's happening when there's always like a thunderstorm or whatever, and I think it's like his first or second time experiencing it since he crossed, went to a different universe. What does that mean? Because because you know how like Lee Lim travels too, does he not have that too? Like, does he not experience the pain?
I don't know.
Like that just popped in my head right now.
We don't see a lot of Lee Lim yet.
Yeah.
Like, we only see him like here and there, and he's always doing something like mysterious.
There's just Lee going, oh, I'm traveling the world.
Yeah.
That's it. And he's like, oh, my shoulder hurts. What the hell's going on?
Yeah. Like, you question like, what does that lightning in his back mean? Well, I think what it means is that the door or the portal, whatever, is calling them to the other side. But I don't know.
I mean, it could be. We don't really know. They haven't really said anything about it.
In episode 4, there's a scene where the Prime Minister goes to meet Prince Buyong. So Prince Buyong, if you guys remember, he's second in line to be king, whatever, if Lee Gong dies without an heir. He's second in line, let's just say that. And the Prime Minister is trying to like convince Prince Buyong to like betray Lee Gong and the kingdom, and like I feel like come over to her side or something. But I don't know yet if she convinced him or not, like, because she was saying like, like being the prince of the nation, like, you can't have any of your like family members in the country, all your kids has to be out of country and everything. And it was just like, damn, it really does suck to be the prince, right? And to be the heir to the king. But I don't know, like, it was, I mean, if she was saying that to me, I'd be kind of like swayed to like, maybe I should betray him. But I don't know yet. a little bit later on, Li Gong actually does meet with Prince Buyang as well and ask if Prince Buyang is loyal to him or not. And Prince Buyang's like, yes, he's loyal, but then I feel like Li Gong is not really like believing him. And because he's like, he feels like Li Gong feels like the prince is hiding something from him. And then right before Li Gong leaves, he like gives the prince the envelope with the autopsy in it. So basically Li Gong is telling him like, I know that you lied and falsified the autopsy, and I want to know why you're lying to me. So it's kind of like, ooh, eternal conflicts. Ooh.
So what's he gonna do? Be with the king, the prime minister, or
Li Lim?
Yeah,
you know, because like, why would he lie on the autopsy and whatever, right? So it's just interesting. I think it would be very interesting if the Prince Buyang is actually a traitor and is with Li Lim's group. I think that would be like pretty awesome. Because like we see him as like the gentle person. He's supposed to be like, he kind of like raised
the king,
Li Gong, right?
Yeah.
And so like to see him being like actually the bad guy and faking all this time would be like very interesting.
Something that happens in this episode is when Tae-ul, she dropped her badge into the sewer because a little boy bumped into her. So then she has to go get a new badge. And this kind of like tells us that whatever Li Gong told her is kind of coming true, where she is gonna get her badge on what's that date, November
11th.
of 2019. And because she hasn't, like, she's been calling him a crazy man, and now it's becoming true. And also she was also Tae-ul was notified by one of her co-workers that the cash that that Li Gong had was actually like real currency. When Tae-ul gets her new badge, she realizes that the issue date is November 11th. Which is the date that Li Gong told her. At the end of the episode, Li Gong comes back to the K-World and takes Tae-ul back with him to his world, which is SeaWorld. And we don't know what's gonna happen. With Li Gong and Tae-ul's chemistry at the end of the episode, on episode 4, when they're like on the horse and staring each other in the eye, I felt like there wasn't much chemistry. Like
I feel like it was kind of awkward.
Yeah, I feel like it's awkward because most scenes like that, you know, they're supposed to be romantic, and I'm like, oh, but then that one's like, huh? Like,
I seriously like watching this drama. Like I don't feel chemistry between them yet.
Yeah,
it's just
like I don't know if they're just trying to warm us up or what, but it's not really working.
I like because like in like episode 1 through 3, whatever, like you see him like trying to be like cute and like saying like, ooh, you know, I like you and
be my
whatever,
queen.
be my queen, everything. But like I just feel like no chemistry between them so far. It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to
be open-minded.
Yeah, be open-minded and hope it gets better so that I can enjoy more.
Yeah, like I just that scene when on the horse and she turns around like him, I just thought it was like super awkward. And like, dude, turning your head around to look at someone.
I'm like, my neck hurts.
I know.
Can you freaking like, let's get on this horse so I can talk to you?
Maybe because he was on a horse, it was like I just felt like it was really awkward. I'm like, why would you turn?
I'd be like,
and look
let's get down and I can look at you. You know, because my neck like this freaking hurts. I mean, we're being kind of mean, but like, it's just, I don't know. I mean, maybe to you, I mean, other people, you might sense some romance, but to us, we're like, nah,
nothing yet.
We need something more.
We have one last question for you guys, and that is, what world would you like to live in? The Sea World or the K World? Comment below and let us know which world do you prefer and which one would you like to live in. And so we're gonna have C answer that question for us first. So which world would you like to live in?
I think SeaWorld is very interesting. But then I don't know if I want to have like monarchy. I mean, it's kind of cool, but then I think I'd rather have what we have now. So maybe in the K world, because that's how my life is. I mean, because I'm pretty sure in the Sea world I'm probably like rich and stuff like that.
Yeah,
working for the king or something like that.
working for the king. Yeah.
But I guess I'd rather just struggle. It'd be nice to be rich in the other world, but my life is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like from like watching the few first episodes, everyone's life is much better in the Sea world for some reason, because in the K world everybody's like normal, they have normal professions, but then the Sea world, like, like they're rich, they're king, they're like bodyguards to the king and everything, so if I were to pick, if I'm thinking about money wise, like you said, definitely the Sea world, because I think I would be richer in the Sea world, because right now in my life I'm like super dirt poor, so like, and also like it's supposed to be like the opposite. I feel like it's supposed to be the opposite. So if I'm poor in this real life, in the K world, then I gotta be rich in the Sea world, right?
Yeah, somewhat rich somehow.
But I guess if I really have to pick, I guess I'll stick with the K world too, because I'm against monarchy. I feel like it's just not a good way to run a country. I think maybe some countries out there still has monarchy and whatever, but I feel like like people should have the right to vote. People should have the right to make decisions and laws and whatever and whatever. K world it is, I guess. Let's just be poor.
We just want to struggle. That's how it is.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to be rich, but
I'm just kidding. I think I would like to be in the Sea world.
I mean,
I'm sick of being poor.
Yeah, that's true. That's all we have for today, and remember to like and subscribe and ring the bell for our latest videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.